Wow. So, right. One of the well, again, there's nine. Let's say there's 100 things. 99 reasons why people fail. There's one reason you make money as a trader. You have something that works. You stick to that, and you do it. VWAP trading around earnings reports. It works. There's no doubt. There hasn't been a failed one yet this year. Again, so far, 17 for 17 as far as I'm concerned. The track record speaks for itself. And I'll go over that in a second. But why do people lose money? They're distracted. Why do they lose money? Fear, emotions. So again, I have, what's it called? Let me just shut this music off because it's a distraction right now. I have heard every excuse. I have given at least a dozen people. I have given at least a dozen people now an opportunity to trade my money, and some of them have created new ways to lose money. And when people say, "Well, if what you do works, how come when you give people money, they lose money?" Because they don't do the trade. They think that they're going to trade gold futures. They're going to trade IPOs when they go live without putting stops on them. They're going to get their heart broken by some girl and then come trade and do 33 trades in a row at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. They're going to think they know what they do, and they're going to try to get a feel for their trade and keep losing money and then borrow money to keep adding to their losses and then say that they're going to pay me back, and they never do. Every excuse. The power went out. The dog. I got a phone call. I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear you mention it. Let me tell you this one more time. And this is, again, I'm going through this with my son. He just gave me 48 excuses of why he didn't do the trades that I was hoping that he was going to be involved in. And he's going through it. He had that 3 weeks that were good, and he has completely fucking lost his way now because he's distracted. He's got things to do. Then my wife calls, and then he's got to do this thing, and then something else happens. And then he's away from the desk, and then he misses the trade. And then he comes back and doesn't want to do it because he's scared that he missed it. Everything, he's already now given me almost every excuse there is. You know what? You got ADHD? Chances are you're not going to be a good trader. But then again, I have ADHD. I have OCD. I know I do. I had problems in school because I couldn't concentrate. The way you get through it is you pick something and concentrate on it. I don't care if the phone rings. This is what I'm doing. I don't care that I have things I need to do later on. I'll do those things later on. I don't care that my phone's ringing. I'm at work. I don't answer the phones between 8 and 12. So here we are, right? With my kid doing well for a while. And now he's typically doing exactly what everybody else does, taking other trades when you should be doing earnings reversals, missing the initial entry and then chasing the entry and then getting spooked out of the trade when you shouldn't be in the trade at all, putting trades on when you know, that you got somewhere to be, even though you shouldn't have somewhere to be if you're trading. That's called the forcing the trade into the time frame that you need. It's a thing. Does the trade revolve around you, or does the trade, or do you revolve around the trade? You have to revolve around the trade. The trade doesn't know you got to be somewhere. It doesn't care about you. You do what the stock is doing based on price and discipline. Trade doesn't give a shit that you're getting a phone call and you're going to walk away from the desk. That's your problem. So basically, those 99 reasons that people fail, he just gave me one of them is the excuse, all those excuses. All those excuses are bullshit. You want to be not distracted? How about this? I'm not going to be distracted. Problem solved. If you're easily distracted, concentrate on what you're doing. If you're that easily distracted, then maybe you can't do this. If a bird flies by and you're going to be like, oh, look at a bird. I just ask for 4 hours of your day. It's not a lot. So, anyway, let's get back to what's happening. Earnings reversals. How about that RMBS? How about that Pfizer? How about that Uber? Right? Uber was all pre-market and then right out of the gate. But Pfizer, I'm going to go ahead and see easiest trade of the entire year. RMBS, close. Let's say RMBS. You love RMBS. You prayed and hoped it would go back to 48.50. You never thought you'd see it 48.50 again. And there it is at 48.50. Holy shit. And then it breaks VWAP. So if you weren't brave enough to give it a shot at 48 or 49 with the 48.50 stop, and then it broke VWAP. So let's go through this again. The weird bald guy on the internet says if a stock's gap down and it breaks the VWAP, buy it. Maybe I'll try that one time. Oh, here it is. Oh, here's the RMBS. I know RMBS. This guy's been talking about RMBS since 36 bucks. Oh my God, they reported earnings. They're getting killed. Oh my God. And now they're breaking VWAP. Buy it. And then it went to the orange line. Blue line to orange line. Your entry price was $50.61. Your exit was $55.70. Blue line, orange line. Don't tell me this town ain't got no heart. Don't tell me this trade doesn't work. Every single time it shows up. Every single time it shows up. And yeah, we had some distractions today. Pleasant distractions with Tupperware. Yell. Come on. I love me some bankrupt stocks going through the VWAP and ripping the shorts' heads off. But if you're not making money on the easiest trades, you shouldn't be trading the Tupperware or stocks like ADMP or AMSC or some shitty IPO like Shark Ninja yesterday or ANET or getting smoked on a Caterpillar short. I didn't really get smoked, but it never really did anything. I figured Caterpillar would have given up some of this monster move by now. But if you are struggling, why not take a trade that I consistently say works every single time? Nothing works every single time except this trade so far. Nothing works every single time except this trade so far. So going back to January of 2022 till today, we're up to 309 out of 312 have worked. So far this year, not one has been a loss. And again, the Caterpillar, me shorting it, that's not a VWAP reversal. That's me trying to pick a top and just play old school fade. Didn't work. I'm talking about the Pfizer on the long side. I'm talking about the RMBS on the long side. I'm talking about RIG just now, long. And I'm talking about RMBS. What did I mention? RMBS. RMBS, RIG, Pfizer. And then you had ZI, which you just had to wait it out. Lost on it, lost on it. Third one was the one that worked. But if you're going to put on a trade and then run out and go take a phone call, you're going to lose. If you're going to put on a trade thinking, all right, I got to get out of here at 12:15 to run an errand, you're going to lose because you're saying this trade has to work in the next half hour or I'm getting out. That's not how trading works. So you got to go into the trade knowing that where your risk is, where your reward is, why you're doing the trade, what am I going to do if it doesn't work, what am I going to do if it does work, and stick to the highest quality trades. RMBS this morning was the gift that keeps giving. It just went back to the 6-month low. By the way, once again, showing you why I'd rather trade than invest. Because if you've owned RMBS now for the last 6 months, what do you got? Nothing. Nothing at all. So if you bought it, sorry. If you bought it a year ago, where was that little break from 48 where we originally bought it? We bought it on the 47.50 break. So let's say you owned it. So 329. No, that was only this one. Oh, it's not that long ago. Feels like a million years ago, but nah, it's only 6 months. End of March, we bought it. What month is this? So, yeah, 6 months. So, more or less, you wasted 6 months of your time if you didn't sell any of it. But that's why you sell into moves and put stops on. And by the way, RMBS is why I'm not holding CDLX into the report. Rig, I don't give a shit about. We just made 20 cents on the trade anyway. Like I said, if you give me a chance to buy Rig on the dip, I'm buying 1 million shares. I wish I would have bought 1 million shares. But there is so much activity going on every day. You don't get frustrated. There's another trade, right? ZI took 3 hours to finally develop into a decent trade. Rig sucked all morning, and finally we got a reason to buy it. Caterpillar, no short. Caterpillar was out before it even got started. Yeah. 283.50 to 282.50, got stopped out at 283.50 for a flat trade. Looked like I was onto something, and then it didn't work. Hey, I'll get you in the room. Talking to you, Caterpillar guy. When it broke down into 283.50, was the first time I thought we had a chance to make some money. I was up money. 283.64 entry. Next thing you know, this thing's at 282.50. No doubt, I thought I was going to be right about this. Looking for a 2 to 3 point pullback. I'm not shorting Caterpillar without trying to make at least 3 or 4 points. Next thing you know, starts to rally. Immediately out. I lost $36.94. That's it. Trade didn't work. Had 100 shares. Dipped my toe in. I was up $100 or I was up about $80. Wound up losing $36.94. Trade's over. That's it. Just like the ON semiconductor yesterday. Dipped my toe in, didn't work. Dipped my toe in, didn't work. Then it starts to look a little bit better. You got the rollover. That's when you added, instead of doing dipping toes, maybe you take 5 toes, the whole foot, maybe you put your leg in. I am saying to sell CDLX. Absolutely. There is no reason to own this stock going into the report. You're up 100%, right? There you go. You're up 90%, just like me. I'm out at 11:01 this morning because we have no reason to own this thing going into the. If it goes up 20% today, yeah, but I'd rather see it. I'd rather play it the way that we normally play it. Sell into the report. If we get a chance to buy it on the dip, buy it again, like the RMBS. I don't want to be in it and then have it drop down 20% and waste, 2 or 3 months, just like we did I didn't do with the RMBS. Now, here's what you want to do. Again, just like Rig, maybe you don't want to be left out just in case. That's when you buy the option. So I'm looking at, August. Yeah, they're overly priced. They're not good price. The 12.50s for September at $1.50 is ridiculous. So the options are, and then somebody said, well, why don't we sell calls against the position? That only hedges you to some extent. Let's say this thing goes down 50% today. What if they report some number that's just absolutely ridiculously awful? Stock drops 40%. Those 12.50 calls that you took $1 in for doesn't really do much. I'd rather just be out. And if it starts to rip in the aftermarket, maybe we buy it back in the aftermarket. But right now, I'm slowly unwinding a lot of these positions. AAOI, done. This Beyond Meat, it's garbage. I had the money. It's right back to where I bought it. Chances are I'm going to dump this thing. NNOX, I'm down to, it's the same position that I had back in the day. Stock stinks. Carvana, we cashed out at 90% of that thing. I got an $85 call on just in case this thing wanted to rip going into the end of the year. Who knows? But Rig, I added to the position today. I bought the dip on Rig. You're not getting me out of this stock. You ain't getting me out of Rig unless it breaks 750. I don't care that they were, again, that I'm not afraid to own an $8 stock going into the earnings that has a, again, Rig is a lot different than CDLX. CDLX, I don't know anything about this company. I bought it because of the symbol and the chart. So at any good, they report something awful, I don't feel like, watching it go down 3 points on an earnings report. I'd rather be disappointed that I didn't hold it if it rallies, but I think you probably get a chance to buy it on a pullback. And if we don't, doesn't matter. Making money. Palantir, I'm done. We got 1975 out of it. Now I want it to pull back so I can buy it again. So now what I do is I sell puts on Palantir. I'll sell the 12.50s or the 15s, hoping to actually buy it back at the price I want. So I go out to November 15s. I sold one or two of them today at $1. So if you want to own something at a certain price, that's when you sell puts. So I want to buy Palantir back at 15. So I sold some November 15s for $1. If it doesn't go back under 15, I keep the $1. It goes under 15, that's where I want to buy the stock. So I'm back in. So that's how I'm back into Palantir. I dipped in a couple of contracts. That's how I start. Start by a little dipping in. But I'm not going to get overly aggressive on long trades. We won. You got to be cashing out of these things. IonQ, woo, come on. Palantir, yahoo. DraftKings, we got the 33 out of it. GDRX, come on. That was insane yesterday. I still got the GDRX because I think the stock's going to 1250. But again, today was a nice short. It's very hard trying to do the day trade, the swing trade, and the investment. That's why my swings and my investments they're jokes. I don't got meaningful size on. I don't got to sweat these trades. What I got to sweat is when I'm, putting on 3,000 or 4,000 shares or 5,000 or 7,000 shares or 22,000 shares of Rig trying to make my 11 cents. I'd rather do that. But anyway, if you're going to be distracted, don't bother trading. If you got somewhere to be, go there first. All right, we're taking a caller on the line. Welcome to the Hit the Bid radio program. You're talking to KEnny Glick. What can I do for you?
I had a subscription to KEnny Glick's 4 o'clock group when he was at Money More Than Live, and now it's moved over to, I guess, your site, and I wanted to find out when it happened. I hadn't logged on for some time.
Oh no, yeah, none of that actually happened. But I'll give you a call back later on.
Okay.
All right. Actually, are you on my in the chat room yet? Just send me an email. I'll send you a password. KEnny Glick at AOL.com.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks. They're coming in from all angles. This shirt, yeah, this was actually one of the only purchases that I actually got through Facebook. By the way, if you don't know, 95% of ads on Facebook are Chinese fake ads. You'll never get the product, ever. Don't buy things from Facebook. I'm amazed the shirt even showed up. Whoa! Frogman coat and heated by Grambo. Sofa King, where you been? By the way, you all better be in the room, right? You still got till Friday. Come on. I mean, this was supposed to be, I'm back for 2 days. We're killing it. Freaking RMBS. 48.50 on RMBS. Woo! Well, get involved, man. I'm here. Get back in there. Nothing's changed. You know, my brother was in there, right? My son was in there. My third cousin was doing a commentary. The room was still out there. Anyway, Sofa King. So who's next up? Now that I've shocked my kid, I don't even know if he came out of he might be in a coma right now. How to give him the shock treatment today. Yeah, right down there? Whoa! Exactly. Crambone said the rah rah rah, the roo roo roo. Skip by big ball, Crambone. The machine got distracted. Do machines get distracted? No. Anyway, 2 days I'm back. Only losses I've taken so far, right? What drugs am I on right now? Life, baby. How do you think I survived this long? I haven't done any of that. I don't do any of that nonsense when the sun's out. I'm a nighttime partier. People who wake and bake, I never understood how you could do that. I tried trading. I like, if you don't know, I do smoke pot most of the day, most nights. Trading while high, you think trading you imagine if you have no patience when you're straight. I remember trying to trade high. I would hear every tick, and it was like 20 seconds would go by. I felt like I was in the trade for 5 hours. It was the most annoying thing in the world. Why do that? I don't drink during the day. I don't smoke during the day. I don't do anything. I was even on vacation. I don't drink during the day. I don't do anything during the day. That's how I've survived this long. 51 years old. I've done a boatload of stuff, and I'm here to tell the tale. How do you do it? Moderation, and drink a lot of water. Speaking of drinking a lot of water and moderation, the schmooze. We're getting crazy on Thursday. We're going nuts. It's old school schmooze night. We got tech earnings. The reason Solid and I got together and started the schmooze in the first place was me and a few of our knucklehead friends wanted to get together, have a few drinks, talk about options, plan our attack. Next thing you know, COVID came along and it just became a drink fest. Yet we were still trading well. I mean, you know. But if you haven't been to a schmooze, late night schmooze. I got a birthday party first, and then I'm going to log on. I'll put on some music at 6 like normal, but we'll schmooze at probably 9, maybe 9:30. And then we'll go all night. Just stay up, pull an all-nighter. Remember those? So going back to this Caterpillar trade, right? Like any other trade. Doesn't work, you get out. Right? Hey, I was short 13,000 shares of some stock I never heard of this morning because looks like a pump and dump. I'd be getting hammered on it now if I didn't take the money and run. 243 covered. RGTI, whatever this turd is. RGTI, 33 cents to 270. Sorry, to 330, up 1,000%. It probably, wow. Seriously, man. I mean, some of the charts that you find this year are just so absolute. I mean, you guys see what Vroom did. I mean, you guys know about Yell, right? Tupperware. I mean, we are in the ninth and a half circle of hell. Stocks we're trading right now. But I look at a stock like RGTI. You don't have to ask me twice. Give me a reason to short it. 33 cents to $3.35. Give me a reason. And what's that reason? VWAP breaks. 277 gets you down to 250. Blue line, orange line, 250. You're pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. I'm loading the boat when it breaks 253. Sorry, 257. But you know what? If I didn't cover it, I would have given the whole trade back. Actually, faux show broed. There's always a time and play. I mean, always a time to get out. Not many trades do what Caterpillar's doing. Gap and go and just grind higher all day. The Caterpillar trade is actually rare. Opens up, it's gapped up, opens up, rips up, and then just grinds higher all day. That's why somebody like me, I've been sitting here all day going, all right, when am I shorting this thing? And I tried it once, it didn't work. And I haven't gone back because there hasn't been a reason to go back. I'll try it again, probably today. But, again, maybe 284. If it starts to roll over for look for a VWAP retrace. But what's the point? You don't go after trades that aren't cooperating just because you want revenge. That's called revenge trading. Now, ZI was different. Dip my toe in, lost the toe. Dip my toe in, lost the toe. But then it's set up with a new risk reward at 874, using the 56 as the out. You grinded. You got to the VWAP. Bang, you're a seller. And then you got the VWAP break, what you've been waiting for. You got to the 1934. Have a nice day. And you made your money back. And you got all your toes and arms and legs back. Yeah, ANET, another example. I wasn't even looking to trade this stock because it had a big spread and it's very kind of illiquid. But you got one dip. And then you broke VWAP. And all you're doing is it's an algorithmic grind. There has been no reason to sell it. There's been no reason to buy it. And there's certainly no reason to short it. It's just grinding higher the whole day. There's nothing to do there. But if you bought it and you've just been trailing your stops, you're still long and you're loving the stock. Not even look at it as a buy. And if you do, what? So yeah, KEnny Glick at AOL.com if you don't know. And the reason I use the AOL address is it works well on my phone. So when I'm, doing something else, I could still use my phone. I don't know what the story is. Gmail, I don't know. I don't like it. Doesn't work well on my phone. It doesn't update my email address, my Warlock at my own website because they're a different type of email. I don't freaking know. I'm at the point where if something doesn't work immediately, I'm not interested. I'm not trying to figure it out. Anybody got time for that? Right? Like this Magic Jack thing this morning, right? I have Magic Jack. I don't know if you know what Magic Jack is. It's great. $43 for the year. You make as many phone calls as you want. That's my office line. 3 years ago, right, I got a new Magic Jack and I sent the old one back. So I just renewed my bill, and some reason it renewed the old device. So I'm trying to figure this out with the person, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing right now? Why am I trying to figure this out right now? I got better things to do with my life. Trying to figure why tech doesn't work. And again, it was because I was paying the bill to the old device. And by the way, Magic Jack, if you're listening, if you don't send me back that $43, there's going to be hell to pay. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. We don't do refunds. I'm like, I just paid for something that doesn't exist. Send me the money back. Well, if you read the contract, stop talking and send me the money back right now. I mean, this is the conversation I had with them. I'm like, just as a human being, if I just paid for something that doesn't exist, don't you think there's an error somewhere and you should issue a refund? Well, sir, no. Well, sir, nothing. I'm asking you a question. As a normal human being, what would you do in this situation? Wouldn't you be yelling at you right now? I know it's not your fault, and it's okay. Oh, I understand. Let me kick this up to the. No. Don't kick it up to anybody. I'm gonna hang up now. You figure it out and call me back. Because if this was actually real money, not $43, I'd be kind of upset. I haven't had this device for 3 years, and they sent me a renewal notice. I'm assuming it's the one that I own. What the hell? It's unbelievable. Insanity. And that's what's wrong with America. Customer service. And that's why I don't care what you say about Apple, the greatest customer service, the greatest company on earth, the greatest customer service. Customer service. That's why when you come to my website, I am customer service. Does anybody have any problems? You're calling me. You got some problem with HR? I am HR. I'm tech support. I'm the sales staff. I got 2 assistants I keep in a dungeon somewhere. You call the number, who answers the phone? Me. People are frightened of me. No, this isn't Kenny. You answer the phones. I'm like, who else is going to answer the phone? By the way, talking to you, send me an email. And if you do come to my website, we have 2 lovely assistants that are here they're indentured servants. So they work on tips. So if you have questions about your Thinkorswim or how to download a video, and I don't have a bell, but if I had a bell, tip jar. Tip jar. We work for tips. He dances for nickels. Anyway, this video was supposed to be a dedication to my son. I just want to let you know. Machines don't get frustrated. Machines have no fear. Machines are not distracted. No distractions. No fear. Do the trades, man. Do the trades. No, the machine did not buy the Rambus. The machine did not buy the Pfizer. But it's all right. If you think about it, my son's only 2 months into it. He's going through every stage of trading frustration that there is. Normally, again, he probably would have broke a couple of keyboards, but I told him, if you break any keyboards, I'm going to break a keyboard over your head. All the reasons that people do not make money, I just heard, all wrapped up into basically a 10-minute speech. But the machine will take this as a learning experience. He's AI now. He's a self-learning machine, right? So now the machine will learn from this experience and build from here, right? Took me 22 years, really, to realize how much of a schmuck imbecile that I really am. I mean, I was the shining beacon of ineptitude for 3 years. And that was after I really thought I knew what I was doing. This business will crush you. It'll crush your sense of self. You'll start doubting everything. You can't let that happen. If you have it in your head that something's not going to work before you do it, you're already lost. And that's what happens when you get frustrated. And the frustration leads to hesitation. And the hesitation and the frustration leads to losses. And if you are going to break keyboards over your head, make sure you use the Dell keyboard. Do not try to break any Apple products over your head. There's a metal plate behind there. Trust me, I've tried. I haven't punched a hole through a wall in a very long time. And I could see it. I could see the rage in my son's eyes. I'm like, I feel you. But you got to bottle the rage. Be the machine. It takes a long time. That's why I'm good at training people. Any mistake you've made, any frustration you're having, I've gone through it tenfold. I'm an emotional wreck myself. I'm easily distracted. I have ADHD. I got them all. That's why VWAP trading is the best. It's a blue line and an orange line. And you focus and you stay focused. No, I've been exiting positions. The only thing I bought more of is rig today. Yeah, I'm thinking about starting to hit the exit button on a lot of these names. GDRX, I'm not selling. NNOX doesn't matter. I'm going down with the ship. I got $15 calls. CDLX, I'm out. ENVX, I got the couple of contracts. I got the leaps on those. Rivian, still got it. Palantir, out for now. PACW, out. I still got the Mob, out of DraftKings. I got Beyond Meat still sitting here. I've had three chances to make money on Beyond Meat. I've blown it each and every time. I'm giving it to $15. What CDLX is tonight, I do not have UPST. I wish I did. But CDLX is making me feel foolish already as it hits new highs right here. Coincidental. Whether you think this is a coincidence or not, I don't think it is because I live in the matrix. I sold the stock this morning at 11:01. Not 11:01 a.m. 11:01. Thank you. Another almost bottom tick. But you know what? It was breaking the whole number. I said I wasn't going to hold it into the numbers. Sold it. I mean, my exits still stink. Just even on these just randomly, I was like, all right, if it breaks 11, I'll sell it. Just happens to be the low of the day. It's amazing. But it's a stock like that I got no problem getting out of. I mean, 685, 750 entries, getting out at $11. But that one I still like. I just don't want to own it into the report because I think we get a chance to buy the dip. Coco and the day trading diva, they're both married with children now. Life has gone very quickly. Both those lovely women are married with children right now. Pfizer actually became a decent short. Wow. But yeah, so again, now I'm at what usually happens, and this happens to most of us. What do? We sell our winners first, and then we're left holding the shit, right? It's kind of where I'm at right now. You know, well, I'm not calling Rivian shitty, but I still got the Rivian. Para. I've had 3 chances to make money on that. Still got that. Stinks. By the way, I got ADPT. That one kind of woke up. Just waiting for something better on ADPT. Still haven't gotten really paid on this one. I'm thinking this one could be next. I got to check when they're reporting earnings. And they might have even reported while I was away. I don't even know. Oh, yeah, maybe. No. This one's ready. ADPT. That one hasn't moved yet. Looks a lot like CDLX. Obviously, I got Schrodinger still. Kenview obviously stinks. Still got 100 shares of that. It's awful. At least I had 1,000 shares. I promised myself I wouldn't take a beating on it. Sold it. Still got SOXL. Loving SOXL. I sold a whole ton of puts on those. I mean, I can't believe how well SOXL did. Usually stocks like that, because it's not a real stock, get adjusted. My entry point is at $14. Just awesome, I still got the Ring RNG. Got a little Schrodinger, NNOX, CDLX is done, Palantir's done, AOI is done. I still got a couple. I still got some Hood. I think Hood gets to 15 this year. The pen stinks. Hasn't come off the ground like I hoped. I got a couple of IEPs left over. That's about it. Bullfrog amount. I got the Mob. Pac W I sold today. I should have sold it on the first pop. That's about it. Pretty good run. No problem selling all of this stuff up here. I mean, we've had an awesome run. But I really like that. I've liked CDLX's chart a lot. I like GDRX's chart a lot. I still like my rig. I think rig's going to get another 50% out of it. I think 1250 on rig. And again, it's rig. I'm willing to wait 6 months for another 50% on it. January, February, rig 1250. Why not? But again, that's not my bag, baby. I should have been loading up on RMBS today. That's my bag. That's the kind of trade I love the most. USO, I don't ever look at it. Actually, you know what? A buddy of mine told me about USL. It's a version of the USO. Oh, and it doesn't exist anymore, so screw it. Oh, no, there it is. USL instead of USO. I forget the reasons behind it. I think one is more based in reality. He says USL is actually a better gauge of the price of oil. I can't really comment to it. I'm not too sure how either one of those things work. No one even trades USL, but that was his one. That was the one he bought instead of USO. He seemed to know what he was talking about. But I think, I like rig. Yeah, I mean, we were at 6 years high. 6-year high is going into the number. So it was worth a shot on the gamble. Didn't go crazy. What else is going on? I don't know. Yeah, AI, I never trade that one. But you see what this market's doing right now, right? It's just they're using the Qs and the diamonds as an ATM machine, taking some money out of the indices. We're going a little sideways. There's still a whole bunch of stuff going on underneath. I was hoping for some more downside. You know, UVXY is up 75 cents. I figured you'd get some more to the downside. Oh, I don't know. What I do know is I got to eat something, and I'm going to try to go play some pickleball again. So I played pickleball for the first time since I busted my leg, and I survived. So now I'm going to try to push it another day. Yeah, yellow. Doesn't want to die. Actually, that one I'm probably going to trade again today. Hang on a second. Let's join. Maybe do it right now, as a matter of fact. Ah, no. That was a decent spot right there. Ooh. The last pullback price is 269. The VWAP's 266. I can wait it out. I don't gotta be chasing penny stocks that are up 7,000%. Plenty of other opportunities. And again, most of the time, I'm walking away by now. Speaking of that, I gotta go. I gotta eat. Email me if you haven't been involved yet. Get involved. You're crazy if you're not. Come see this trade. This is again, I've legitimately have never seen anything work like this before, and it keeps working. I'm assuming it's going to go. There's going to be a turn where it doesn't work every time, but if you stay focused on the most popular stocks that have the most volume, the trade tends to work. Uber, Pfizer, Rambus, beautiful. My friends, good luck. I'll see you. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Thursday. If I don't see you Thursday, I'll see you in hell. See ya.